Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be chatting about my Sephora sale recommendations. I'm going to do it a little bit differently this time around because, I mean, what's not different nowadays? But instead of talking about like new products that I've been loving, I was honestly sort of struggling to find all the new stuff at Sephora that I'd reviewed and could like confidently recommend to you. I decided to pick out my absolute staples. I've got a couple of things from just about every category for every skin type and preference, I think, in here too. So I wanted to chat about things that I love that you've heard me talk about many times, and then some other staples that I probably haven't mentioned. So as always, if you enjoy this type of video, be sure to subscribe, and I will have links to any relevant reviews and videos in the description box, along with everything that I'm wearing, and tutorials will come out for this look on IG Reels. Wow, such a preamble. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. I'm skipping over mentioning skincare in this video. I may film a skincare video after this one, but let me know down below if you'd like a skincare at Sephora video, because I can do that. But I did want to mention a couple of bases depending on what you're looking for. The first one is from Laneige. This is their glowy makeup serum, hydrating and long-lasting makeup base. This I really love. This is the serum that I took with me when I went to shoot in studio. It is really, really beautiful. It is super lightweight, but nice and hydrating, and acts just like a great base. It doesn't do like anything in particular. It's not necessarily filling pores, it's not color correcting, but it just does something really, really nice under my makeup, and I have a lot to talk about. So I'm gonna be kind of blowing through things a little bit more old school today, and also I just don't feel like doing little cute close-ups, I'm not gonna lie. The other base that I want to talk about if you do have a oilier skin type is from Fenty Beauty. This is their Pro Filter Mattifying Primer. I will link my review of this down below. I put it side by side with one of the other primers from them, and you can really see that this does a good job at mattifying, but what I liked about it was it didn't have that like classic oily skin, silicone-y, sort of does worse, like does something worse than if you'd put it on in the first place kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like some primers were so bad back in the day for oily skin, but this is a really, really good one. And this is kind of skincare, kind of not, but it is the Isle of Paradise Self Tanning Drops. I mentioned this in a bronzers video talking about liquid bronzers along with face tanners if you're looking for something for your face, especially if you have like a medium to deeper skin tone. These are all things that have worked for me, but this is something that I didn't actually repurchase. I purchased another one of their products, but something that I've run through and I mix in with my serum or my moisturizer every day or every second day, and I find it helps give me a nice glow. And what I like about it is it comes in 3 different shades, which I think is really important because, like, you know, everybody could use a little bit of color here and there, or everybody might want to, so we should all be included when they're coming up with shades. So this comes in, I believe, a light, a medium, and a dark, which is what I use. I have 2 foundations that I want to mention depending on your skin type or the amount of coverage that you're looking for. The one I'm wearing today that I really love, I think it's such a beautiful, perfecting foundation. I don't wear it a ton. If I was like going out and living like normal life, I'd be wearing this a lot more. It's not that it's heavy, I'm just not looking for this kind of coverage and finish generally if I'm like popping out. But this is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation. Comes with 1.5 fluid ounces, so it's actually like a quote-unquote good deal because you're getting a good amount of product in there, and I really love it. I've got a full review down below. I think it's so beautiful. If you're looking for something that is matte but not cakey on the skin, you're getting good coverage. You can wear it a little bit lighter coverage. You can build it up. I really love it. NARS has also launched new shades of their tinted moisturizer, which I need to try. That is totally a recommendation of mine. I really, really love that. And by the way, I have the Fenty Skin Tint to review. I've just had some skin issues, so I haven't been able to wear makeup, so I'm sorry for the delay on that. So I can't say for certain if I would purchase that or not. I have been wearing shade 13, if that's helpful, but I've only worn it once. It was good when I wore it. The other foundation that I definitely recommend picking up during the sale because of the price tag, but also because it's such a good foundation, is the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Foundation. This is so good. It's so good on its own. Like, I can put one pump on my face, rub it in with my fingers, and, you know, use it like a tinted moisturizer, head out the door with nothing else on my face. I've worn this on like days where my makeup has to look really good, whether it was an event or a shoot. It's so versatile. It's 90 Canadian, I think, but I was so impressed with this. The shade match is so good. It seemed to match me from winter to summer to when I was more tanned. I've had it for, I think, a year now, and it really, really impressed me. On top of that, the packaging is chef's kiss, but truly that's irrelevant. The formula in here is really, really good, feels really high quality, and is worth the buy in my opinion, but always better if you can get a percentage off. The concealers that I use absolutely non-stop. The first one is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. Similar to the NARS foundation, this has a ton of product in here, half a fluid ounce. So this is half the size of a foundation. If you're just using it as a concealer, that means it'll last quite a while. I've been using this for a while. This was the concealer, I believe, that replaced the Shape Tape for me. It got me out of my Shape Tape phase. I found this gave me the same coverage as Shape Tape, the same lasting power, but it was just a little bit creamier, and the shade was a little bit better for me as well. And then the other concealer that I wear non-stop, this is great for medium to full coverage days as well. Incredible. You know how much I love the Shiseido Synchro Skin foundation. You could call that a recommendation too. Like, I could go on and on about the things from Sephora that I love, but have to narrow it down. This is the Synchro Skin concealer. I don't think it gets enough love. It looks really small, but there is how much in here? Is it small? The writing is small, that's for sure. 5.5 milliliters. Versus 15 milliliters. Okay, this is the third of the size, so obviously not as economical, but a really great formula. And shade 303, if you're my skin tone and you're looking for something that is a more neutral color under the eyes, not too yellow, this is beautiful, and I would say these both would work for any skin type. Onto brow products, probably no surprise here, but the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. You know, this is my OG, one of the products that, like, of everything I'm mentioning today, is absolutely irreplaceable in my opinion. I think this does a great job not only holding my brows, but I love the brush. Really not a big fan of tiny, tiny brushes that tend to come on brow products. I've got a lot of brow hair. It doesn't seem to set my brows in place. I'm not looking for color mostly. I'm just looking for hold, so I think this does an incredible job. I've used, I don't know, 4 of these at least since I got really into it, but there is something that has come into the game that has sort of threatened Benefit's place in my life, but not fully, because I do need to use a brush and like reach for another product, and you know I'm lazy when it comes to makeup, but the product itself is great. It is the Anastasia Brow Freeze. It's a brow styling wax, which is super popular. You're seeing it come, you know, out from a ton of different brands now, seeing some drugstore brands do them. It's funny because I feel like we're like reverting back to pomade days. Remember the pomade days? I don't want to go back to that, but this I actually really do like. My only kind of qualm with it, like I said, you do need to grab a brush. I think the product is going to get dirty, so I think going in with a clean spoolie, and then, as they mentioned, using the top of this here does a really good job. If you're looking for something to hold your brows in place, that's clear, you don't mind reaching for a brush, or you're just looking to mix it up and revisit Anastasia, because I haven't bought anything from them in a while. If you want to check back with them, I do really like this, and it's not, like, don't put too much in your brows because it is a heavy product. You need the tiniest amount, which means it's going to last forever, even though they say it's only going to last for 6 months. Let's be honest, I'm going to keep it for longer than that. I want to mention 2 eyeliners because I don't think I ever have, and these are 2 eyeliners that I use all the time. There's some drugstore ones that I absolutely love, but I really love these from Sephora, so I thought I would mention them. The Benefit Roller Liner, they're both very similar. I'm very particular with the type of eyeliner I like to use, only because I have low skill, so I can only use really a limited amount of eyeliners. So this is the Benefit Roller Liner. It comes to a really nice point. There's also a brown one that I've used a couple of times when I'm feeling fancy and I want to mix it up. And then from Too Faced, this is the Better Than Sex Easy Glide Waterproof Liquid Liner. Again, comes to a really beautiful point. I can't really differentiate much between the two, but they both do a really good job. Super black, easy to use, last a long time, don't have issues with smudging or anything like that. I haven't tested out the waterproofness, but really, really love these, and they last a decent amount of time too. I'll mention this brush. I really think Sephora brushes are so good. They do a really, really nice job with them, and this is a great time to stock up on a couple of new brushes. For me, buying brushes is always, I don't know, like I never enjoy buying brushes as much as I enjoy buying makeup, but they can make the makeup experience so much better. So dramatic. But this is the Sephora Pro Flawless Airbrush. I know I've talked about this an endless amount of times. This is holiday packaging. If you watch all my videos, I'm sorry. Sometimes I end up repeating myself because we may have some new folks here, but it does come in a black packaging now. But this I love if you do any cream contouring, cream blush, cream highlight, does a great job with that. Or if you just want to use it as a foundation brush, I think it does really, really good too. It's super versatile. I use it non-stop almost every time I do my makeup. A liquid highlighter that I think is amazing and anybody could use. Like, I know liquid highlighters can be a little bit intimidating or they can seem like way too metallic. Like, this is beautiful, so versatile. You can use it as a highlighter, you can mix it in with foundation. And I didn't think I was gonna be able to find it. And somebody commented on an old video of mine yesterday and they were dying over the fact that I had paper cutouts, and I was like, great, this is a perfect opportunity for me to use my paper cutout. Classic, I can't find the product, so I'll draw it for you, but then I found it. But we can do a side-by-side. Beautiful, wow, so artistic. This will be in a museum someday. But this is a Makeup Forever Ultra HD Soft Light Luminizer. They come in a couple of different shades. This is 30, which I think is gold or champagne. These are so nice. You can put it under foundation, you can put it over foundation, even after you've powdered. Like I said, you could mix it into a foundation. There's no chunks. It's just like this beautiful, healthy glow. The shade is incredible. It kind of looks like it's full, but based on the sound and feel of it, I really think I'm running through this, which is crazy for a liquid highlighter. I don't think I've ever finished one that didn't break or I stepped on or something. So I really love this and I don't think it gets enough love. Now for setting the face, I've got a couple of powders that I want to mention. I've got a powder foundation here from Too Faced. They changed the name of this, I think. They were calling it the multi-use complexion powder when I got it anyways. And I do have a full review on this, which I will link to down below. I've hit pan, which means, you know, I legitimately like this, and RIP to my Project Pan 2020. There was one video of that. But anyways, I knew that was how it was gonna go. I just knew it, pandemic aside. But anyways, this is the Warm Sand shade. I really love this as a powder foundation. I love it to set my face. I use it nonstop. It's a great shade. I really loved their cocoa powder foundation back in the day, and I ran through that. I was primarily using the MAC Studio Fix powder the way I was using this one. I think it is so good. It's one of my favorite powder foundations that I've ever tried. It's not matte, it's not cakey. You can build it up, it lasts really well, and I can use it on my face to set liquid foundation. It doesn't oxidize. Pretty good shade range in there too, if I remember correctly. If you're looking for something lightweight or a little bit more compact, you have a drier skin type or more normal skin type, and you're looking for something that's really beautiful and airbrushy, the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finishes, I think these are great. I use shade 3 on my face, shade 2 under my eyes. They're both phenomenal. So nice, so finely milled. Definitely a higher end price tag. There's not a lot of product in here either, but you can save a couple of bucks. And then also for my under eyes, something that I've been using nonstop is the Laura Mercier Translucent Honey Powder. They launched Honey last year, I think. I enjoyed their original powder, but like I've mentioned many times, I'm not a huge fan of quote-unquote translucent or more white looking loose powders. It's just, I don't know, they don't do it for me. But when they came out with this honey shade, I was so excited. Again, I'm still not big on loose powders, but I have been reaching for this a lot because I love the look that it gives under my eyes. High-end mascaras are not a huge part of what I purchase from Sephora, or even when they're sent to me in testing them out. I'm more of a drugstore mascara girl. There's tons of high-end mascaras that I love, but there's so many great ones from the drugstore. But there are a couple from Sephora that I think are awesome. And the one that I'm wearing today is the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. I love this because it's super black, super volumizing, gives me tons of length. I'm not getting any flaking or transferring, and IT Cosmetics is going to be good for those of you, I believe, who have sensitivities around the eyes, which is awesome. And then the other mascara I want to mention, I have the NARS Climax Extreme here, but I've also used the original Climax in the red tube, I believe it is, and I think that these are both great. So if you're looking to pick up a mascara, like for me, Too Faced Better Than Sex has never done it for me. And that seems to be like the high-end mascara that everybody gravitates towards, and if you are like me and have tried that and were disappointed by it, perhaps you would like one of these. Moving on to a couple of cheek products. The first one is so well loved that it's held together with painter's tape. It's still going strong. Another product I've hit some major pan on. This is the Fenty Beauty Killawatt Highlighter in Mean Money Hustler Baby. I've talked this to death, but not recently, so let me do it again. I really love this because it has the split pan. I think it's just so awesome, and the shade for me, it's just perfection. I get a nice satiny shade that doesn't really highlight a lot of texture. It just kind of adds that nice light glow, almost like a MAC MSF. And then, you know what? It's interesting because I feel like MAC references are starting to become outdated, like in saying I'm an NC42. I'm like, I don't know if that's relevant to people anymore. Normally I'll go Fenty shade now. I feel like Fenty has become the new, maybe the new shades system that we kind of work off of. I don't know. Let me know what you think on that. But anyways, The other shade in here is a little bit more glowy, and I think it's just fabulous. I've got a backup, but I'll continue using this guy, and you can see I've used the satin shade even more. It's just such a great versatile product, and we love supporting Riri. If you want a delightful splurge, that's actually good as well. You know that I've been using the Gucci Beauty bronzer a ton. This one is in the shade 4, and it comes in 5 or 6 shades, which I'm really happy to see, and this shade has a decent amount of depth in it, and my friend Aisha, who I talk about all the time because she's a great shade reference, she's deeper than me, and I believe she uses the shade 5, so that way I know it'll work for lots of us. Really, really beautiful packaging. I don't even know what's under here. Oh, there's a little brush under here. Never looked, but I mostly picked this up because of the packaging, but I was curious to try some Gucci Beauty, and I gotta say, I really, really like this. This bronzer has a nice amount of warmth to it, which is really good for me right now where I don't have a lot of color, and it has like a satiny look and feel without having, I don't think there's any shimmer in it, but it has a nice satin finish, so it does give you like a little bit of glow. It's not flat, and beautiful packaging, like so beautiful and vintage looking. The turquoise packaging matters. On to the bane of my existence, the Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder. Are they going out of business or something, or leaving Sephora, or what's going on? This powder I've purchased 3 times because I keep breaking it. It costs $65. They're clowning me, but it is such a good powder. I have a full dedicated review and swatches from like 2017 that I'll link down below. There has been no contour powder that has come close to like battling this besides the Essence powder, believe it or not. But this is still my number one. If it is going out of business, I will purchase like 5 of them for years down the road. Because finding something that is actually a good contour for me, that has that good in between, a little bit cooler tone that's not making me gray, it's blendable, like it's perfect and absolutely worth the, you know, piles of money that I've spent on it over the years. I've wanted to purchase some more powder blushes lately. I just feel really bored with blush. I love blush, but everybody is coming out with cream blushes, which like that's fun and all, but like what about powder? So I picked up a couple during the Sephora sale, and I will do a haul on what I've purchased. But this is the Sephora collection blush in the shade Snapdragon. It's what I'm wearing today, and I wanted to mention them because first of all, Sephora collection, like I mentioned, doesn't get a ton of love, but I think these blushes are really nice. I started out just using the peachy shade and then mixed in a little bit of the deeper one. I think it's a really pretty combination. It's not like, I'm normally not a big fan of the split pan, and even if they put it like halfway down, but I guess they know that people are probably going to want a little bit of the lighter one. I don't know, but either way, I still really like it. It's affordable and it's a beautiful shade, and they would actually make great eyeshadows too. On to lips, I have 3 lip balms I want to mention. Also like the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. That's a guaranteed mention, but if you've never tried the Laneige Lip Glowy Bombs, I think they're awesome. This one is in the, scent Pear. I love the peach one too. It's essentially the same formula as the lip mask, but the lip mask has some exfoliators in there, like not that you can feel, but I think there's something in the actual lip mask, but this is really, really hydrating, a great texture. Then there's a new brand at Sephora called Grown Alchemist. This is their lip balm, and it's vanilla and watermelon. I love the packaging on it. It looks super luxe and like apothecary, is that the word I'm going for? But really great thick texture, and the scent, the vanilla and watermelon together, is really, really nice. And then this is something I use all the time. It's almost empty, and I don't know how much I've spoken about it, but this is the Too Faced Hangover Pillow Balm Lip Treatment, and every time I start a video, an Instagram reel, anything, or just prep for makeup, I'm always putting this on my lips as a prep. You can use this overnight too. I prefer my Laneige overnight, but I think this makes a great base, and I'll put this on first and then do my makeup. I might blot it off a little bit before I put on the rest of my makeup, but I feel it does a really good job. I think it plumps the lips a little, but it's not stingy, and yeah, I just feel like, I said it 40 times, it's a great base. On to lip products. I could go on for days about my favorite lip products from Sephora, but one of the lip products that I reach for more than anything else is the Bobbi Brown Crushed Liquid Lip. Again, a product that I feel like doesn't get mentioned enough. This one is, I'm going to do it old school here, guys. I'm going to do an old school swatch. This one is in the shade Peach and Quiet, I believe. This is an essential in my collection. I'll wear it with like ColourPop BFF3. I'll wear it with a brown lip liner. I'll dot it on things. Like I don't always wear it full color. I'm wearing it today. These products, these lip products are really nice. They're interesting. They're like a liquefied lipstick, but you can blot it down and make it more matte. You can make it more translucent. You can really, really work with it. And if you have my skin tone and you like that type of lip that I do, getting like a bright peach that you wouldn't necessarily put all over your lips is crucial to the look, to my look. But yeah, this is really, really beautiful. Then the NARS Power Matte Lip Pigments. I've talked about these before. This one is in the shade Get It On. It's a nude that I wear often. Again, I don't always wear it without a lip liner. It depends. My friend Liv, she wore it and sent me a picture because it just looks so different on us. It's amazing how nude lipsticks, quote unquote nude, can look so different from skin tone to skin tone. She's probably, I have no idea. I'm going to use a MAC reference of like an NC20 maybe. I don't know. But anyways, this is the lip product right here. And that will dry a little bit more matte, you'll see, but it's got this great kind of, I don't know, chestnutty nude, if I do say so myself. These are really interesting too, from Giorgio Armani. These are the lip magnets, and this one is in the shade 514. And you'll see it's, oh, you know what? This looks exactly the same as the Bobbi Brown. No wonder I like it. A little bit of a different formula on these. These are like more, oh no, it's a little bit more pink in it. But these are really, really thin, but I think they look so nice on the lips. Again, mixing them with a lip liner. You don't have to, but that's how I find I get the best lip look. Also from Sephora collection, their cream lip stains I think are phenomenal. There are so many shades of these now, whether you're looking for like a nude, a metallic, a red, a pink. They've got some like really interesting purples, blues, a ton of stuff in there. The price is really good. The formula is one of my favorite liquid lipstick formulas. There's 2 shades from them that I definitely recommend. Shade number 1 is like a beautiful classic red if you're in the market for a beautiful red. Then this shade is a shade I wear a ton in the fall and winter, shade 54. It's called like Autumn Wind or Autumn Leaves or something. It's this brownie, beautiful, beautiful, such a unique shade. I have nothing else like this, and these are beautiful. And from Bite Beauty, I'm absolutely obsessed with these, what are they called? Matte lip crayons. I've got the shade Molasses here. Really, I use hard cider for it the most, but I almost use this like a lip liner. I've never actually worn it just fully on my lips, but I use it like a kind of a creamy lip liner to outline because it has that perfect kind of brownie rosy shade. And in the center, you need this one, Honey Crisp, similar to the Bobbi Brown and the Armani that I mentioned. Is this even Armani? Giorgio Armani, I think. I think it is. There's no packaging on it. But the other shade is Honey Crisp. And these are really comfortable. They're not really matte though. Like they don't dry down to a matte formula. It's kind of a traditional lipstick, like a creamy formula, maybe leaning a little bit more matte than cream, but really beautiful, comfortable, easy to mix. And I love Bite's new lip products, and they're all vegan, I believe, too. So that's everything from me. I know I just blew through like 17,000 products, but hopefully you found this helpful. I will have links to everything down below. Let me know what you're planning on picking up during the sale. Have I influenced you to pick anything up? You know that I love to hear back when I'm being a little bit of an instigator. Not instigator. What's the word I'm looking for? Enabler, yes. Queen enabler. So let me know down below what you're picking up from the sale, and stay tuned for me. I believe my order is supposed to come on the 19th, but who's to say? Hopefully it'll come a little bit quicker. As always, if you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SamanthaJaneYT, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!